There's something missing from this classroom. It's not conversation. It's not questions. It's not even the sound. It's actually a professor. American Sign Language isn't offered or recognized by Northwestern, so students are taking the matter into their own hands.
When there's just so much red tape and stuff you have to go through to get a class, that's really frustrating.
Junior Karen Bolin teaches a student-led 4-credit seminar on sign language.
The class is both about the language and the culture.
But why isn't sign language offered through Northwestern?
I think it's stupid. It obviously is a very prominent language in the United States.
Everyone who takes this class really enjoys it. If the university took it on, it could expand. Right now it's limited to 18 students, and I know there's always a waiting list, so I think that I would advocate for it becoming a class at Northwestern.
In the 1996-1997 school year, the Council on Language Instruction voted not to include sign language because they believed it didn't meet writing and cultural requirements.
We cover a lot of deaf culture in this class, so it's interesting to learn about that.
There is their own deaf culture. They have their whole lowercase d, capital D. Lowercase is you are physically deaf. Capital D is the deaf culture.
One of the arguments about why sign language could potentially not fulfill the language requirement is because there's not a cultural element of learning a language as there is with Spanish or French or even Swahili here at Northwestern. But that's actually not true. For instance, it's if you're meeting with a large group of people, it's not impolite to actually flick the lights on and off to get people's attention. Whereas if you did that in a group of adults here at Northwestern, people would think that you're treating them like a 4th grader.
Senior Garen Checkley is one of the students pressing Northwestern to establish sign language classes and to make it count towards the Weinberg language requirement.
Sign language is a real and full language, just like any other language that we're counting. Just because it's not spoken with your mouth and it's spoken with your hands instead, doesn't make it any less of a legitimate language.
After 14 years, administrators are finally taking steps to add sign language to the curriculum.
When we gave our presentation to the Council on Language Instruction, it was very well received. We were met with a lot of support and a lot of curiosity.
In the meantime, students are learning that whether it's recognized or not, signing seems to be pretty effective for communication.
I volunteer at Children's Memorial Hospital. I was with this kid who was nonverbal, and so I was a little concerned about how I was going to communicate with him. He started using some signs that I recognized, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So I was communicating with him in sign language, and it was the first time it had been useful, so it was really exciting.
Whether it's with words or signs, students are getting their point across. Alyssa Karras, Northwestern News.